Once again, the lineups are glorious with Tarek and Nuna, the melee duo, jungler and support, Karthus and Nivea, the two mages, and D-Taz running Misfortune going to be the ranged physical carry for this game. So I forget, was Corki banned from this game?
There was no Corki ban, no.
Okay, so interestingly enough, normally we have the pecking order of like Ash greater than Corki greater than Misfortune that we normally see in these games. That seems to be the general pecking order. Um, so instead, though, they chose to actually go for Misfortune, choosing a somewhat more early game relevant champion. Actually, one thing we saw a little bit that people were commenting on in the games yesterday on Thursday rather. No, it was Friday. I take that back. I don't. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the time. Doesn't matter. Okay, but basically, Chowster was playing Corki from CL Gaming, and with an enemy like Aurelia and Renekton, they can often force the champion to retreat. And Corki specifically fights well by being able to face their opponent. And if you're forced back, you lose a lot of the damage output that your Gatling gun puts out. And oh, look at that, we're in the game. Oh, this is glorious. All right, so GGHF to everyone. Yeah, try to ignore the fact that we're back here. Unfortunately, the Karthus ult, you need to buy as much magic as possible. You will gain gold over time, so that will help. But buy a null magic mantle to start, and it should never be a problem. You should have enough health to survive this the entire time. Actually, I can't see what champion you are, of course, for obvious reasons. But
Jax.
I'm just gonna so Jax has a lot of health. You should get a lot of MR. You should be fine. You don't suck up experience. The global XP is not per champion, just to the entire team. So there shouldn't make a big deal. Just unfortunately, I have overlays, and I'm gonna go ahead and shrink some of these real quick. Drop that HUD scale down a little bit, and then we should be happy. Seeing more of the screen, of course, is useful. Now, you can't really make out their gold and XP stats too well, but at least you can see what their items are. And we are now down here. We see them get clairvoyance. No, we caught a glimpse right there. Oh, Sion isn't raised. There's a stun off attack, taking a ton of damage. Nice stuff from Anivi, but he's going to get down, and he will go down. One more attack. Nothing. Nice to put in a lot of damage. He heals himself. Can't try to put the damage up, but yes, he gets that kill from Ash, I believe. Nice job there. Sion getting pushed back, and nice job. They barely got that kill. That flash was good. That stun from Anivi was good as well, but Tarek got caught, and it's actually a little bit more fun not to see them coming. He's like, uh-oh, and death. Good things happening. So, man, that Tarek dropping right away, but of course his respawn time is fairly short, and he is going to be doing with Misfortune down at the bottom of the map. Pretty standard stuff there. Great opening play. So what did you see on your side? Did you see like a super easy kill just being set up? I just saw panic.
Well, we did have the clairvoyance go down, so we saw the shift team there, and then we saw the counter eyeball. It's just like, all right, we got to go because they know we're here. We got to try to get someone, and they just happened to find Tarek as the lead player to go find. So we just kind of swarmed, but we had totally an idea of where you guys were, and we just tried to capitalize on that as best we could. So Defy All Odds taking a quick lead here. We do have a Mumu being assisted here with Cho'Gath and Janna for this blue. Cho'Gath and Janna are going to head on down south to face off against Shift there, but we do have Ash Karthus there in the mid, and Sion is actually up top.
Apologize for my coughing. I unfortunately am a little bit still sick, but yes, Anivi was Sion up top, but this is actually really good lane for Sion. Generally speaking, you should not take too much damage from Anivia's attacks and spells, and Anivia does not have a great way of outdistancing Sion. So we look at Sion's move speed, and it is 334, right? That's without boots. And we have this Anivia right here running around with 309. Unfortunately, because of the small HUD, I have to like press down while highlighting their stuff to make it visible. So a little bit of a screen pain there, but worth it because I said so in chat. I like how I'm saying my own jokes and propagating them. But anyway, seriously, the side should have a really good lane up here and do a very good job. Ash versus Karthus should be pretty cute. So Ash running up with early boots, as well as having that Janna on her team means a lot of move speed early on, meaning that she can dodge Karthus quite nicely. Unfortunately, though, none of those volleys actually hitting anywhere, so that's always going to be a problem. If neither player can harass each other, it's just going to be a last hit war. But we do see Nunu getting up now towards that golem. Is going to go ahead and grab himself blue buff, and there's the smite indeed picking that one up. Actually had gone Ice Blast first that we saw in that team fight, so he was killing Ravens and Wolves with just Ice Blast. They managed to keep enough mana to be able to creep out the rest of this camp, so good play from Nunu. Getting level 3, that's pretty sweet right there. He's probably going to be able to run back down towards Wraiths and pick that camp up as it will respawn in the near future. It's 1:40 for the respawns. They spawned at 1:40 in the first place, so yeah, this will be spawning in the next 10 to 20 seconds, and you might see them respawn as he walks by, of course it takes time to clear the camp. Gets clairvoyance, actually. Very good clairvoyance. Very good sight right there. So they do know that Nunu is running down towards the bottom of the map. Of course, these Wraiths are back up, so we could go for them for very safe minion killing. But he's going to go towards these golems instead, the mini golems, and he's going to wait for a smite to come back off of cooldown. And how's Jungle Mumu doing? Where is he at?
He's actually just finished up his rotation. Had to skip the red. He's a little low on hit points. He's heading back to town as we speak. But overall, just, a lot of last hitting going down. Not really too much aggression. We have critical kill, actually taking a good amount of harass down south. He's had to use his potions for a little bit now. But something that you might have noticed right off the bat, Ash, with that first kill, she went back to town after she killed that Tarek, and she started off the entire game with boots and the Doran's Blade.
Ooh, that is really, really powerful for sure. So, well, interestingly enough, like boots 3 potions, I'm not gonna go into the math. That's a total waste of time of everyone to do the math. I'm like, well, boots 3 potions, the Doran's Blade is like, no. Having 400 gold is really awesome about Ash. She has free items. Oh, but Nudu comes in from the side. There's a slow onto Ash, and Karthus doesn't hit a late ways. No, hits one right there. Is a good wall. I believe he hit the wall as well as the Ice Blast, but of course she was close enough to her turret, be able to retreat quite safely. Not a lot of bursts, of course, on Karthus, so not able to follow up that kill quite there, but of course putting some nice harass onto Ash. And look at the minion killing counts, and we have, let's see, Karthus at 24, Ash at 30 though, so Ash not only has first blood, but has more minions than Karthus by a grand total of 6, which of course matters. So Ash doing a very good job at laning. Will be probably a complete powerhouse this game, and a force to be reckoned with. Going to last hit these minions the best she can, of course, is going to be pressured now by Karthus, and yeah, it's going to have to take minion aggro in order to keep these minions from dying to the turret. So Ash doing what she can here, of course, has not gone utility spec. Will have gone 21 offense, which is pretty standard for ranged carries. And let's see what else we can glean from this game. We see that Ralk, actually the entire bottom lane for DAO, not doing too well. Of course, that's to be assumed when the enemy team can heal and nuke from range quite nicely, whereas the rest of their harassment is all skill shots. So we see that Sion starting to bully Anivia. You can see that Anivia having to use last for health potions. Sion's still full health and mana, and has a large minion wave that he can actually push into that turret, which is going to really, really hurt Anivia's chance at last hitting here. So we're going to see Anivia miss a few last hits. Going to get as many as she can, but without giant AoEs. Oh, right, I have the AFK warnings. Let me go ahead and fix those real quick. That's actually really very, very important. So I'm just going to get ready to build, like, health items so I don't die. There shouldn't be any globals to worry about, but even still, it's always good to not die.
You're a little safer than I at this point, yeah.
I am a little bit safer. I do have rocket jump, so at worst. And of course, one cool thing is it does let me count how much global gold you get just from gold over time, right? So, a little bit of gains right there. Everyone's gotten about 390 gold so far. So actually, let's just kind of see, like, how much gold everyone is guaranteed to have in a long game. Because let's just see, like, what everyone farmed instead. I actually kind of like this. A little bit of information there that I kind of like. But anyway, let's see. Oh, Janna versus Misfortune. Pretty good fight there. Of course, the shield's helping Janna completely block most of the damage output. Misfortune taking a little bit of damage as she throws out impure shots and does the damage she could. But I think going on and losing ended that deal. But of course, she does have a Tarek on her team who will just press Q and click. So a good job there here by Shift, though. They've actually now zoned out the enemy team as the minion wave has pushed down past his brush, and Tarek will just sit here and be happy to toss out stuns whenever he needs. Nudu getting ready to push the bottom lane will jump up towards side, will not get any damage output here. For pretty obvious reasons, Lumberjack Sion going to be pretty much immune to Ice Blasts. And oh, they forced Janna back across the map. There's the ult from Karthus, and will pick up that kill on a Mumu. Was he spotted?
No, he was jungling.
He just randomly killed a Mumu. Are you serious?
Well, he was dragoning. They set up for a dragon, and I suppose that Janna was supposed to come out here with him. Fortunately, he got a little too low. They went in on Janna, forced her low. That's why Karthus blew the ult, randomly picks up a Mumu out of it. So kind of a lucky thing for him.
That's awesome. And I'm sure that poor Mumu feels so bad about that. Ginormous noob living up to his name. Ha ha ha.
Derp.
How low was Dragon? Was it close? Like, were they almost getting it? Getting it?
It was about halfway done, and then we saw the ult coming down, and we saw the two shift teammates coming up. It's just like, okay, time to leave, and it didn't work.
Okay, so so that's acceptable. It wasn't like, oh, and Dragon had 12 health left. Sorry, so that's fair enough. The good thing he didn't have Golem buff just yet. Of course, he's going for it now. Clairvoyance has revealed Ginormous noob. No one is moving for it just yet. Nudu out of position. Karthus back in the base. Hello, Karthus and Anivia. Nice to see you guys. Yeah, so cool stuff there. We can see that Ash just continuing to rise out at the bottom of the map, doing what she can. Doing a very good job of last hitting, to be honest. Even though we are on the European server, so these American players have a little bit more ping than they might be used to, they're doing a very good job of outlast hitting the enemies for the most part. So good play there. 53 CS on, 71 CS on Ash, 53 on Karthus. So Ash doing an amazing job despite having a ping disadvantage, to be certain. at the mid lane. So a lot of skill being shown here, to be fair.
Well, I mean, they are top tier, teams. They're both in the top 8 of both their respective divisions. That's why we've set up this EU versus US kind of deathmatch system, because we do want to showcase the talent, the worldwide talent that these guys have to offer this game over. I mean, the clients might be separate. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be able to, have any kind of big tournaments. So
absolutely. So that should be great. And of course, WCG later in the year, Season 1 championship coming up in the near future as well. So should be a lot of awesome things going on. Of course, all these events are worth Season 1 championship points. So we've been updating the standings and making sure that we have the proper pecking order going on, and it really will come to a head, and it'll be really, really awesome. So stay tuned for stuff on that. And yeah, just Anivia with the fast tier of the goddess, going to rice out as hard as she can, just last hitting minions with Glacial Storm, and doing a pretty good job overall. We'll be setting up for most likely a Catalyst with that Ruby Crystal, and that'll help her lane forever and ever and ever. Catalyst already picked up on Karthus, should still be on Koda for that ultimate, but it will come up in the fairly near future, and that'll help him do more awesome things, continuing to get flagged for AFK every 5 minutes. And yeah, I'm going to get a leave for this game, unfortunately, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
How many wards have you guys had down? We've just had one expire here by the Dragon. We have another one up there but where Sion is, which is that top brush for the ganking. And we do have another one now guarding the mid, the top bushes here on the mid. Speaking of the mid, we do got a giant arrow with the Amumu ult. The flash not quite going to be getting Karthus out of that one now. He kind of knows that he's going to be a little bit borked, but he is going to be trying to put down as much damage as he can. This is the big power of Karthus, though. He's still alive. I don't see an ult coming out, though, so maybe he already used it. I didn't take any kind of damage, so a little curious he didn't throw that out, but that's going to put us now.
No one was low enough. No one was low enough to die to it, so we had no real reason to cast that and waste the cooldown. He's going to save it till he can get a kill with it. I'm actually surprised that he was over here, like, getting ganked, and instead of just running down towards the tower, he was like, I'm going to run away. Like, I understand, like, Sion was coming from over here, so he's afraid of Sion, but realistically, he should have just ran inside the tower, and he probably still would have died, but he would have forced more damage on Amumu, and with his Wall of Pain and stuff, he could have possibly gotten him low enough to pick him down. But either way, of course, one thing to point out is actually you were talking about all the wards you guys have. There were no wards in this map at all. I think there might have been one that eventually timed out, but there was not a single ward laid down on the map for shift. So Defy All Odds doing a very good job right here of better map control, first blood, and despite dying trying to kill Dragon, picking up more kills in general. So Ashe with that BF sword now has extremely high damage volleys, and of course a great arrow as well, has picked up that kill on Karthus. So Ashe now, 1-0-1, lots of gold on her. She's going to be happy to keep farming all game for now.
Well, we are kind of a little bit of ahead in that regard, as you did mention a little bit about the creep last hitting. I mean, 98 now on Ashe in a 12-minute match. You got the ultimate going down. Looks like Sion
output is so
going to be really low. I don't know. He's kind of ignited. What's going to happen to him, Phreak?
He didn't have mana. His shield's back up. He actually didn't get it. I think he managed to flash outside of Dudu ult. I don't... Wow, so Anivia and Dudu kick on Sion super hard, and Karthus pops the ult as well, and he manages to escape from the damage because Anivia ran out of mana, and Nunu actually, with no longer Golem, ran out of mana as well. So they actually ran out of the ability to nuke him anymore, and Sion was living through it just barely. And actually, wow, Karthus versus Ashe, tons of damage, but Ashe doing an amazing job dodging like everything. But if he can land one more Q, he'll get that kill. Yes, he does. There we go. Good job by that Karthus, picking up that kill onto Ashe. Will, of course, still time out. Spamming to pick up the tier of the goddess if he has one. Of course, he does. So, actually, that's an amazing trade for Karthus because it means he gets Golem when he respawns. So, that was just amazing, though, from Ashe, dodging all those layways. It was one short of a complete save. But, oh, man, 4v1. Misfortune is so screwed right now. There's almost no way she's getting out of this. She will flash and keep trying to run it. Actually, Tarek is nearby. So, it's going to be close. No, there's a slow from... Oh, man. No. Yeah, she's probably going to die. One more. There we go. Unfortunately for Defy All Odds, Jana is the kill pickup there. Crystal Arrow coming out will not hit anyone. Nice try from Ashe, but it was worth it, I guess. So very good gank from Defy All Odds. They've now brought the score to 4-2. Barely surviving that one gank on the left-hand side. That was just close. It really, really was. So... great play, of course, for Sion to survive that. Great play for DAO to have picked up that kill in great form right there. And Anivia just spamming out these minion kills. doing a pretty good job.
The gank there was actually a byproduct, because we did have all 3 heroes eliminate the dragon, which your ward should be able to clearly tell you right now, because I can see your ward. We do have an Oracle ward there.
Yeah, but it just went down. It went down 3 seconds ago.
So you can't tell that there's no dragon?
Oh, we can. I mean, the ward. I mean, we can tell the dragon's dead. We just saw your ward time out, but you would not have seen us ward. Well, or sorry, we didn't see it because our ward is fresh.
Oh, well, ours is also, the purple ward, the Oracle site ward.
Right, exactly. yeah. So I mean, we actually saw the one pink ward time out as well just now. So,
yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah, it is. So I mean, we have ward control over dragon, which is gone, and now Jana running around with oracles cleared out the wards. So again, we have now only 1 ward left. Over here, I like how we say we like I'm part of the team. Like, yeah, Shift and I, we're crushing. My Tristana will carry late game. Don't worry, I got a Doran's Blade. We're good to go. So I'm gonna buy a Ruby Crystal or 2. Actually, get close to the shop so I can actually buy it. Well, just in case, you never know.
This is how I actually had to do casting before, the tournament server. We would do 4-on-4s, and we would just refer to each, viewpoint as ours. This bottom tower going to be taking a lot of damage from you guys because, I mean, you can see what you see, we can see what we see. So it's just kind of a little byproduct of early casting setups. So don't mind that. I don't know. I don't really know these guys. I don't have dinner with them or anything. So.
Oh well. I'm not going to go there. So, anyway, first tower kill of the game, though, despite losing, I guess, the first dragon, the first tower kill of the game does go to Shift, so that's always pretty useful right there. Of course, the bottom tower kill is probably the least important one. It does shove people back away from dragon. Now they're actually going to take off, the actually going to be around here, which means this golem is more available, which means the route to dragon is a little bit longer. So it does help in future objectives on this side of the map a little bit. It's one less staging point that Defy All Odds has. But we're pretty soon going to start transitioning into the point of the game where Baron is more important than Dragon. Technically, a coordinated team can do it at 15 minutes if they do it really well, especially if they have healers like Tarek or Nunu. So they really want to try to kill top tower and mid tower. That really does soften up the grasp on the Baron area. But they're actually going in again, 4-man towards bottom. Now they have lost the top turret, but they are 4-manning bottom lane. And an Asher comes out, does smack Karthus in the face, still taking Ash slows. And a sounds, that is a lot of damage coming onto him now. Misfortune will ult try to push them back, but that is kind of a waste, to be honest. Not a lot getting done. Now, Anivia versus Sion, Anivia will stun, put the burst out, and throw out a wall to try to keep Sion from pushing on, but Sion with a ton of AP can, in fact, burst Anivia down from 1/3 to dead if he wants to, if he gets in range and flashes up. Now, he wouldn't waste flash just to blow egg, but... yep, there we go. There's the damage up, but he will put the shield... No, he put the ult on. Now, Anivia will get forced to egg. And, I missed a kill entirely, though. Ash picked up one very nicely onto Tarek, so Tarek got picked down. But Sion fighting Anivia. Oh, well, they get enough damage out, but they don't. They trade on each other. Sion will die to the Anivia and Karthus, of course, but Sion will just barely pick up that kill back onto Anivia. So that's actually probably better for ST, for Shift, because they get an assisted kill. So they get a little bit more gold out of it. Which is pretty powerful, and of course they have a nice mini wave to farm, and now this lane is entirely empty, so that wave is not getting farmed by DAO. So
I'll fill you in on what was happening in the bottom lane, though. Because we did have 4 heroes over here while Sion and Anivia did their death match. I mean, those 4 heroes, they did get battered and turned away there by the combo of Cho'Gath and Ashe. But we did have Janna and Amumu come in for after a little bit, and we were able to actually chase down Tarek, who was forced to use his flash. Every trick in the book, it didn't seem to matter because he still went down after 4 heroes start chasing you down. It's kind of hard to get away with him with only 1 flash.
Oh yeah. So, so lots of CCs here. I'm definitely force him to die. We see Ashe now dueling off against Nunu in the middle. That's not going to be too dangerous just yet. Looks like Nunu is looking to go for Aegis from the items that I see here. He's got a fast Kai'Sa, which is always good, but might be an Aegis pickup. Tarek just kind of behind him. Actually, he's got a fast Tear the Goddess. It's very interesting to see Tear the Goddess on Tarek.
I'll tell you, Tear the Goddess won't be helping that Karthus up top because we do have Sion coming in with that shield. The Death Caress doesn't even need to pop it. He is going to get out of there. Okay, let's see if the minions can clean up. It's not going to be, but no, what are you doing?
You're kidding me!
Coming back into Karthus.
Kidding me!
Oh,
no! You've got to be kidding! Oh, I'm honestly, like, literally in person face. My eyes are closed and I'm face palming. There's a fight going on. I don't know. What? What?
Not too sure why he came back into that. Maybe he kind of underestimated the range or the duration of the Karthus, stay alive after death kind of idea. But yeah, Definitely a big mistake on his part. Oh yeah, in mid, we do have Janna going to be getting out of that. Lots of damage going down. Amumu throwing down the ult with the tower in range. It is going to be a kill there onto Tarek, as now the Shift team has to be feeling really bad. We are going to have that Nunu ult going to get canceled because, well, you know, death cancels ults, and that's going to be 2 more kills here for Defy All Odds. A nice little Janna ultimate going on, going to keep everyone nice and healthy. Does look like they're now going to come down here instead to the Dragon. I mean, capitalizing upon 2 kills, a tower, or not a tower, a Dragon sounds like a good thing to get at this point.
Yeah, so that's a very good job. So it was interesting that so sorry. When Janna ulted, I really expected to see a push come in onto the turret because it's a 5v3, and if you're pushing a turret, you want to be healthy. So that's why I thought Janna ulted. It was like, okay, we're gonna push, but you know, we'll take some damage from Karthus. Let's heal up and make sure we're okay. But healing for a dragon is a little bit of a waste because that ultimate is actually extremely useful when you've got champions like Nunu and Tarek and Karthus that kind of want to be on top of you a little bit and kind of want to really push you around with their bodies. Now, that's really where you want to need the Janna ultimate. Of course, it means a lot more against Aurelia and Renekton, to be certain, but oh, being sick. But yeah, it's interesting that she would heal the whole team and waste a 120-second cooldown for Dragon, because it's usually very easy to tank for a team.
It's only 2 minutes. So, I mean, hey, maybe they're just going to back off. I know that they've, Sion just picked up blue buff. We did get that Dragon kind of doing a little bit of defense. Now they're going to go back to town. We do have some shopping going on, as well as Janna looking around the jungle with an Oracles just to try to do a little bit of counter warding. So I think, you know, they might have used it. Maybe they didn't need to use it. But at the same time, I think they're okay with that because it looks like they're just going to be gearing up for a big push. And by then, we should have that ultimate ready to go again.
Yeah, it's probably going to be okay. So you mentioned Sion getting blue buff. We actually have a pig over on Lizard buff here. They're going to have Misfortune now run over to it now. They have warded Dragon, but it's of course way too late. Dragon is of course gone. The marker has been cleared, which is pretty standard. And now Nunu is starting up on the Lizard for Misfortune, so he's going to run over there and pick that one up. As a quick update, we're up to 7,800 viewers. Thank you guys very, very much for tuning out, supporting competitive League of Legends, and being awesome and hearing all that fun stuff. So, yep, Nunu and Fortune putting out the damage output. Nunu. Oh, actually, that's not a big mistake on his part. Oh, actually, hold on. We got a fight going on real quick. Sion taking a bunch of damage. There's the Ash arrow right onto that Misfortune. They no longer have a turret to defend themselves, and that tower has been picked up. Very good job there by DAO. But the unfortunate thing is Misfortune tossed out a double up, which last hit one of those minions that Nunu was trying to kill, and so Nunu auto-attacked that Lizard and picked it up by just a little silly mistake, and that was honestly quite unfortunate. So a non-Lizard Misfortune, but just watch it's going to play out such that it's better off that he has Lizard, as he's going to start a gank, and of course he's going to die right away, and something's going to happen where it was actually better off.
Well, we can just wait and see. We're very curious as to why Nunu did take that, but hey, you make a small slip at this tier in the game, and yeah, I mean, it could definitely be very erroneous in your favor down the line. 9-4 is the score right now. Defy All Odds actually up pretty decent. Ash is going to be ghosting away out of that gank there in the mid, and Amumu is going to come to cover a little bit. We might see a nice push coming out of Shift here. It's very possible that we do, because right now we do have all 5 heroes there in the mid. We only got Amumu to defend. He's trying to get silenced there by Karthus. Not going to happen. Some good auto attack damage going down as Rock is going to come back here.
I get it. Yeah. So apparently I'm getting reports, unfortunately, the stream is very choppy right now, and we're getting really, really bad frame rate on this, and I'm not sure why. I believe it was running fine before, that the stream was running at decent speeds before, so unfortunately we have like a really poor frame rate, and unfortunately with the 4-minute delay, it's going to be black for 4 minutes if I restart it. So I kind of want to play this game out and then restart between games. I don't know who can really make that call. If you want to check through IRC and see what people are saying, if they'd rather have a choppy stream or 4 minutes of black and then have the stream come back up.
Well, I'm actually full screen here, and I'm also frapsing with giant arrow going down there into Nunu. This might actually be something big. We do have a flash with Karthus. So much ult with Amumu coming in there as well. He's going to go down. Karthus is going to go down. He's going to be trying to pick up someone to bring with him here to the grave. But right now, it does look like Tarek is actually going to be dropping, and we do have Sion being chased, but that was not the best idea. We do have the Nunu ult. That's going to work at all. Critical kills also going down as well. Cho'Gath, and it does look like Misfortune is going to be flashing out of that because everyone else is running the other way. No, she is going to go down anyways. Ash with that volley of hers goes right through those trees, and now it looks like they're going to be picking up this tower. To capitalize on that, I'm actually just going to exit the game for a quick second, so take it away.
Alright, so yeah, indeed it was looking quite good for Defy All Odds. And then right afterwards, we will have another match coming in, again, a different European versus North American matchup. And I unfortunately have to check to see what those teams are right now, and I don't have a second monitor right now because I'm on a one monitor.
It's going to be Ogod's Bears versus MD Games from Europe.
Thank you very much. Yes, MD Games versus Ogod Bears, another match coming up, and that's going to be, I think, a really excellent match as well. And Nivea doing what she can to stun away on these tanky men's, but they use it in range for the stun, but of course that is a Banshee's Veil wearing a Nivea, so that's going to be okay. No cooldown will eventually come back up. I believe it's 45 seconds now. So, an Ash arrow to the face. There's a Mumu as well. Does he have the ultimate? He's trying to run around this fight. Looks like he does not have it. Is taking a ton of damage from Misfortune. She will ult, and so will Karthus. Will they pick up that kill? Yes, they will. That is a 1-0 kill score right there, and they're going to keep chasing in now. That wall is amazing. That Ash is so dead right now, and Janna as well. That is an Oracle's gone. They're now going to chase down onto Sion, but Karthus is out of mana. It would have been nice to have not had him die last time that same way, but very, very good play right there. They pick up 3 kills unanswered, buffs everywhere on Anivia, and they're going to ping down for dragons. They're going to go for a dragon kill here, and that is a nice turnaround there. And now I have 1,300 health with lots of ruby crystals.
Well, as I said, you're the one more safer than I at this point. I got myself 5 null magic mantles, so I'm not going to be dying anytime soon. We do see you guys taking out that dragon because we do have a ward right there in those bushes. Karthus is going to be throwing out that wall of silence just in case, but we didn't have anyone at all near you guys. Critical kills off in the jungle. He's going to be picking up some extra farm as he has to wait for his team to come back to life, but Sion's going to go blow up this creep wave. So many creep kills right there. He's looking fairly top order with that Rabadons and Sheen, which means we're likely going to be seeing that Lichbane soon enough. His farm's actually doing pretty decent if I recall, just taking him out 4-2-1 with 215 creep kills, actually in the lead for those creep kills right now, so he is doing an exceptional job in his money making.
Yeah, so we have 3 really high minion killers. We have the 194 Ash, the 215 Sign that you pointed out, and 121 Shogath. Then over on the other side, though, it's 150 kill Misfortune, 120 Anivia, 200 Karthus, so the top 3 are pretty... It's in the favor of Defy All Odds, to be certain, but it's not too far off. Of course, there's still the 1 dragon and the 1 tower advantage, but since that team fight, the scores have gotten a lot closer, especially by picking up kills on people who had killing sprees and whatnot. You can see the killing spree on Neverlike, 476 gold right there. Awesome stuff going on. So, we see Ash getting pigged. They do know she's there. She is level 16, does have an Infinity Edge, and it actually has a Zeal and then a pickaxe, so she's not actually going to finish a Thundermancer, but is instead going to probably go for Last Whisper now. And let's see what else they can do with this. So Misfortune pushing up at the top, doing a bunch of damage with her spells. Karthus, of course, picking up some of these as well. Basically just fighting each other for these minion kills. This should be a very easy tower kill. You know the rest of the team. Oh, there is a nice wall blocking off the advance from Defy All Odds. There's a Cho'Gath missing the Rupture. They could go right now. Cho'Gath has no CCs up. They're going to spam down on him very, very hard. Let's see what they can do. Nunu getting up into range. Nice stun right there from Anivia, but Nunu getting now forced back by Ash, and Ash is going to get a lot of free damage here. Nunu with not any armor items is taking more and more damage here. They have stunned out onto a Mumu. Mumu taking a lot of damage, but he just needs to ult, and he's going to get in range. There's the ultimate. Here comes the Initiate. A ton of damage going to come out here. He's still taking more damage, but they've already killed Karthus. A good Jedi right there. We're keeping himself alive, but Misfortune's going to try to pick that one up, and there's the Karthus ult. That's going to do a ton of damage right now. Ash has dropped down. Misfortune going after the well. Cho'Gath will get pelted down as well. Now 2 kills to 4. Great fight there from Shift. They're going to chase down onto Sion, but Sion going to put some damage back onto Misfortune. But there is the flash of Nivea, but so much damage from the turret, and she almost gets egged. And oh no, this is too much pressure. This is so silly right there. As Tarek just goes down, and now Sion can actually survive this fight himself and push them away. And yeah, he's now going to make Misfortune be very, very afraid. That Lichbane, of course, putting a lot of damage output there. Just gets to stun and attack and pick up kills all day. And great play from Sion, keeping that tower alive. A really silly mistake from Tarek, to be fair. Should have waited for shield to be down, because that shield is a good 600 points now. Yeah, he has 431 AP, so that's a 730 point shield. And that is not something you get to just burst down whenever you feel like with only 3 people. So that is, I think, a very large mistake. But either way, the fight still did go 4-3. There are some buffs on Misfortune. It looks like no one on the enemy team managed, or on Defy All Odds, the enemy team, it looks like none of them got to pick up anything too special, so that should be fine.
Now, one thing you didn't see that fight there, Phreak, is an Ash arrow, because we saw that just before we had that wall in that you saw. We had an Ash arrow go through between two of the Shift members, and that was why they had this big surge of confidence. They're like, well, there goes the Ashe arrow. We're about to take out the tower. There's 5 heroes here with 1 ult down. Well, let's make the best of this situation, and they did. We can see you guys now heading over there to Baron. We are going to have Defy All Odds. They're going to be, you know, assembling up. We are going to grab that red buff for Ashe, and I think we're going to go invade, but the Clairvoyance goes down. We see you actually wandering around. How many Banshees Veils do you guys have?
I think just the 3. Does Tarek have one? Yeah, so Tarek and Misfortune are without, so we only have the 3. Now, we do have a pick ward on Baron, so actually ST is pretty confident about all this, and they're pushing it as hard as they can. I think Karthus isn't in range for Defy All, by the way. But, I mean, you guys are going to try to come in here, but you have not come in range just yet. Looks like we'll get that kill for free. The Ashe arrow comes in, but, you know, Tarek got smacked, but there's a huge wall of pain, and that's going to make things not too happy for you guys. So I think you guys are going to have to back off. And I think ST just got a free Baron. So Shift's doing some work right now.
Yeah, they're definitely coming back into this match. 16-12. I think we saw like the score, what, of 11-3 earlier? Something silly like that. You guys are really now laying down the pain. We are still traveling as a pack. DAO is going to go check out this dragon. Unfortunately, the dragon's not there, but at least we're going to get that icon pop next time it does come to fruition. But it's not looking good right now with that extra Baron and the rising kill count of Shift. Defy All Odds is going to have to be a little bit here on the defensive.
Yeah, indeed. So I'm up to, I'm actually almost level 3 from all the global experience I've been given, so that's pretty awesome. I also have a bunch of gold just hanging out. So, yeah, you know, the tower kills are equalized, the dragon kills are pretty close, and of course Baron's a huge advantage. And it just seems like you guys are you know, Defy All Odds just slightly screwing up in their team fights and not quite getting their coordination down. Just for silly little things like, you know, Ashe missing your ultimate, and that, you know, just makes the fight that much harder to take. Where, you know, part of the reason you pick Ashe is for that ult, is for her CC, and if you just go and run into a pitched battle without any kiting, you lose the entire reason to play Ashe. The entire reason to play her is that you take a fight that your opponents don't want to take, because you can initiate from across the map. And when you miss that ability, you've got a movement to initiate, and that's all good, but you then run out of other cool things to do, so...
Wow,
your Misfortune going to maybe pick up Blizzard for real this time.
Your Karthus has 500 ability power. That's actually going to be more than right now, especially. He's only sitting at 483 with a blue elixir on him.
Is it on or in his inventory, or both?
Both.
Okay, wow. So he's going to just chain blue elixir the rest of this game. That's pretty sweet. Nivia's going to run up towards top. Of course, Nivea has Archangels and a Banshee's Veil, so Nivia's running around with a nice 199. Once she picks up the Rabbids, she'll also be hitting that 500 mark, just like Karthus. So yeah, a lot of magic damage from this team, but still, this is a Misfortune with an Infinity Edge and a Bloodthirster, so not only will her ult hit really hard for magic damage, but every double up's going to hit for a couple hundred, plus basic attacks, so good luck itemizing against this team. And we see that Cho'Gath has Banshee's Veil and Randuin's, which is strong, but like, you know, Ashe is of course really squishy. Janna does not have much. She has her Aegis and her Turtle Shell, but that's about all. And let's see what these guys have. So yeah, Shift running around in the jungle, actually, trying to find, you know, flanks and things to pick up. Of course, we don't have that same initiation potential of you know, ulting across the map and stunning someone in the face, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to make these work for these guys. But they do have, you know, range slows and stuns from Anivia and walls and such from Karthus. So, the dragon's up and they're going for it. And
we have a ward there, yeah, so we can see that.
Yeah, but you can't stop him.
No, I think we're too far back. We're up still by our tower. We do have a Moo off in the jungle as well. It does not look like we're really going to put up any kind of defense. We do throw down a ward there by our blue buff, and we don't actually see you guys anymore at all. Sion's going to go back up top. Oh, no, Sion up top. We do got the 4 DAO coming over to defend this bottom tower, but, I mean, you're going to have an extra person advantage.
Yeah, plus the bear, which is another extra person advantage. So here we go. We have 4 or 5 members pushing this turret. The turret is pretty full. Cho'Gath will lay out the CCs and the AoEs, and another Misfortune going to get them a little bit low. Kind of a waste, I think, but it's okay. The Ashe arrow does go off quite nicely. Let's see. Okay, wow. He will flash into the enemy team. He's going to take so much damage for doing this, though this seems like a little bit silly, but he will drop down, and here we go. He's going to channel the ultimate most likely. It looks like a lot of them are dying, though. Ashe drops down to a critical strike, and there is the ultimate, and that's going to be some pain. Amumu goes down. So does Cho'Gath. Only one member left. His Sion is running away as fast as he can, has Ignite off on someone. And they picked up one of those turrets already, so they're now onto the inhibitor, and this is doing really, really well for Shift. They're doing work now on this turret, and that turret's going to fall right there. And they've now brought up to 16-17 the kill score. Now Baron buff is gone, and they're now onto the inhibitor. And this is a really, really good push from these guys. That Sion's still trying to defend as best he can, but oh wow, that I'm surprised that Karthus is able to do so much. As Flash is there, doesn't care that he's going to die because the damage output is just immense. And I mean, you just see just that damage of it really does hurt quite a lot.
Well, even if he does die, his damage output really doesn't change because he's still going to be able to throw out all that damage regardless. And you saw him flash in there with his AoE going. He didn't use the ultimate until he was going to be dying, because that's the best part to do it. I mean, when you're alive, why not get off all these spells, get yourself into position where you can do a lot of damage, and that's exactly what he did. Picks up some good assists out of it as well. I mean, he's 7-6-8, definitely the top tier player of this game right now. Sion has actually survived both team fights, but I mean, at the same time, it doesn't really matter. As you saw, we lost 2 towers there and this inhibitor with 4 extra hero deaths on the DAO side. So these scores, they're equalizing, but the momentum is clearly in Shift's favor.
Oh yeah, I know they've got those turret kills there. That score doesn't matter anymore because there's a lot of extra global golden experience here. They've equalized the dragons 2-2 now. Plus the Baron is a good, another 200-300 gold right there. Not to mention the experience we see, like level 18 Misfortune. I mean, Sion's 18, but like the enemy Ashe, the Ashe on DAO still only 17, right? And Misfortune for SC was dual laning. Like that's the thing is, you're dual laning, you're still higher level than their solo. So levels, of course, do mean a lot. Karthus 18, Anivia 17, Nunu and Teg, of course, down towards the bottom, both 14. But the level advantage is there, I think, for Shift, and that does matter quite a bit. It's extra durability on everyone, at the very least.
Well, the stronger abilities will win out these team fights as well. I mean, right now we still have, just to, put dot all the T's and cross all those I's. Well, we do have Janna still 13, so yeah, she's really, really...
Oh, they just found a Cho'Gath. Good flash, though. Good flash. Okay. I like how they layered the walls, by the way. That was pretty cute.
So what is this level 13 Janna supposed to be doing up against this super team of 18, 17s? I mean, at this point she is support. She has been doing a great job warding in and around the place, but her items have suffered a good amount. She only has that Aegis and Heart of Gold and hasn't even been able to combine into a Catalyst yet.
Another missed arrow. I think that's a big mistake. They actually come around the back. They have found Sion, and Sion going down extremely quickly, but there's the Amumu, a great ultimate there. Sion will drop down. It was still in the middle of this battle, and actually, Karthus and Anivia doing a great job of keeping themselves out of the fight. And now, as they go back in, they're going to see what else they can pick off. Looks like Misfortune has already dropped down. Actually, this fishing is now really, really, really good for DAO. They're probably going to pick down Karthus right now if Cho'Gath's put enough damage on. No, he's actually been forced back now. They picked up Nunu, and there's the ultimate, and this is bad. Can Janna shield? No, she cannot shield in time. And then it's a dead Cho'Gath as well, so they've picked up everyone now thanks to Karthus. And now Janna is alone defending this turret. Unfortunately, this Karthus, of course, quite low, and it was actually able to kite that Cho'Gath. That's too bad. Cho needed to stay on him to land another Rupture or Silence to block that ultimate. So I think Cho made a mistake in not staying there. I realized he was going to get chased down and probably picked apart by Karthus, but I think he needed to keep that pressure on and just get that Bloodlust going on Karthus. That's what I feel. I could just be wrong and misassessed it. Maybe he was screwed regardless, but I mean, certainly what ended up happening was a double kill, so...
Well, what ended up happening is 4 of my teammates here are dead on the floor, and now you guys are going to be taking another tower, this tower, the inhibitor, and with that inhibitor gone on that bottom lane, we're about to lose a Nexus turret as well. So, I mean, huge snowballing momentum coming out right now for Shift as they're going to back off. I'm not too sure backing off would be the best idea. We're already down 1 Nexus tower. You could easily just swoop in here because we still got 2 dead heroes on Defy All Odds.
Yeah, well, one good thing. So one good thing though is that DAO's not too far behind that they can camp and get themselves back into the game. It's absolutely possible. That shouldn't be a huge issue. That they should still be able to be okay here. But one problem you're going to start seeing is that now that Baron's back up, right? You guys are DAO is stuck in their base. But the cool thing is they're stuck in their base, but the lanes are going to push to them. Right? All the lanes are pretty close by, so they can farm mid and top and bottom really, really easily. They're going to get all those lanes for themselves. They're going to catch up in golden experience via minions. So, Ashe is back up to level 18 already. Mumu's going to be up to 16 now. That's a lower cooldown ultimate. That's always really good as well. And you can see, Janna gaining XP and Sion farming, etc., etc. So they're going to start catching up, but it also means because they're stuck in their base that there's a good chance at Baron. And so you see the Oracle's legs are going to clear out this ward right there. And that's going to make everyone look happy. Yeah, he just went down. He's like, yeah, I got Oracles. So DAO is going to have their attention split between we have to watch out for Baron, but we also have to not give up our base, because now with less and less turrets here, it's going to become scary and scary and scary. So great walls right there are separating the team, going to make it very difficult for them to walk around and get to where they want them to be. Unfortunately, Sion will get away Well, fortunately for him, unfortunately for Shift, but double Oracles on Nunu and Tarek doing some work. Tarek with Shrelia's Reverie, and no Aegis still picked up. I'm actually very surprised that there's no Aegis in this team. Another ward goes down, and yes, we can see Anivia has picked up Death Cap as well, so you can see both these players keeping very similar builds, but a Void Staff and now a Zonia's Hourglass can be picked up, and here we go. They do know it's happening almost definitely. What can DAO do? There's the Rupture, almost steals it. That was close, actually. And I am now level 5 from Global Experience, and this is a team that has been winning the last 6 team fights with Baron buff, pushing against no towers, and this is going to look really bad for you guys. So,
yeah.
Good luck.
I'm level 1 here in the Fountain with no Global Experience. I got like maybe the one, I don't know what it is, but I'm still at level 1, less than half, so you definitely have a huge advantage over, Defy All Odds in that regard. It does look like we're going to be pushing down this top inhibitor. Shift knows that, hey, there's no tower. The bottom one has respawned now, but we're still pushing it a decent amount with a little bit of that leftover super creep. Sion did try to go clean them up a little bit, but right now we are very confined to our base. It does look like that mid tower is going to be the new focus, and I'm just not too sure Defy All Odds is going to be able to muster a good enough defense for it.
Yeah, indeed, that turret goes down. Miss Fortune picked up the enemy Lizard buff, so she has picked up DAO's Lizard, and they could still push. Looks like we can actually go towards bottom and go for the inhibitor, because why fight turrets when you don't have to? Actually, no, they're going to retreat down towards Dragon, so they're really taking their time with this game and being sure that they don't make any silly mistakes and push too hard. I've got a Frozen Mallet now, just from Global Gold and Time, so I have a Frozen Mallet and 4 Ruby Crystals. I'm crushing right now, man. I could totally 1v1 you and win.
Yeah.
I'm level 5, almost 6, man. I got a Frozen Mallet. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Boots real quick. Like I'm doing really well this game.
Well, congrats.
Yeah, I'm doing work right now.
Well, lots of people still farming around the map. We've now passed the 300 creep kill marks for both Karthus as well as X Special, and it does look like that we're going to be trying this last defense. The last line here. It is going to go down, and you guys are going to be invading, throwing down some spam. Oh, the wall right behind the Cho'Gath. It does seem not matter to here. To Nunu, and I don't know what he was doing. He just walked right out there, not going to get down. The ultimate's going off. We do have Karthus. He's going to be targeted. Cho'Gath has already dropped down, and so has Amumu. Actually going to get out of that skin of her teeth, unless Karthus can say otherwise, and wow, he does say otherwise, taking nearly 500 my hit points out with him at the same time. The only person we got alive is Janna, and she's 16, and that is not a defense in any definition.
Yep. And they're pinging out and saying, and they're going to go right for the Nexus after this. So they're going to have Tarek probably face tank that, and they're going to go right in here. They're waiting for the minions to stop fighting enemy minions. Janna will fight this alone, does not have enough damage to do anything about it. Will shield the turret, but that's not going to matter. She could die immediately to a stun, and they're just not going to go for it. They're going for the turret. They're on to Nexus. It looks like Shift will win this game. And now I want to let you guys know that I will be restarting the stream with hopefully a better frame rate. So you will see the stream go black for 4 minutes because it is a 4-minute delay on this stream. So unfortunately, we're going to have basically at this point 4 minutes of downtime that no one's ever going to hear. So stay tuned. This will come back up. Just stay tuned. Do not spam refresh the site. You will crash the website. Just wait, and it will rebuffer itself for you. And again, just set a timer for 4 minutes, and we'll be back on the air.